So this activity is the Mental Wellness Continuum activity. It's my first activity in my third lesson on mental health. In lessons prior to this, students would have learned how to define mental health and also examine some common mental illnesses. They also looked at key protective and risk factors associated with mental health. So the aim of this current activity is really just to try and challenge and maybe even change some perspectives and misconceptions that students have regarding mental health. I want the activity also to promote some discussion amongst the students, and really is a chance for me to kind of, as a teacher, to get some feedback on how the students think and feel about mental health themselves. So anyway, let's get into it. So class, as you can see here, I have a continuum written on the board behind me. On one side of the continuum, I have the word mentally unwell, and on the others, I have the word mentally well. Now, when I say mental wellness, I don't mean mental illness. Mental wellness is more just somebody's particular state at any given time. So, how they're thinking or feeling, really kind of just their mood at a particular time. I have all these cards that I've printed off describing different people. So on one card I have the word, promiscuous, for example. Another card I have schizophrenic. Another card I have the word party animal. And a bunch of different ones, really. So I'm going to hand them out to you. And what I want you to do today is to have a quick think about it, or think about it for a few minutes, and then come up here and place the person that's described on your card where you think that they would fall on the mental wellness continuum. I'm just going to hand these cards out now. Now, typically students will place things like party animal and always laughing on the mentally well end of the scale. Hopefully they would stay there when students do that. And they would also place things like bipolar disorder, schizophrenic and depressed up onto the mentally unwell. This is important because these are going to be some of the key concepts that you're going to discuss, namely that people who have been diagnosed with a mental illness aren't necessarily going to be mentally unwell. But this is because they can seek treatment. They're not necessarily the dangerous people that the media makes them out to be. And living with a mental illness has no more of a stigma attached to it than somebody living with a physical illness like asthma. Somebody gets Ventolin to treat their asthma. Somebody will also find treatment for their mental illness and live a completely normal life. The other key point to discuss was with students placing things like party animal, promiscuous, and always laughing at the end of mentally well. This is also a common misconception because some studies have shown that adolescents who partake in high levels of risk-taking behaviour and partying and drug use actually have underlying mental health issues. And they're the main key concepts you need to discuss, and also just get some of the students' thoughts, have them discuss amongst themselves where they think a particular person will be placed. And I think it's a really good activity to just promote a little bit of discussion and thought.